So a couple of things. One is you have a caul, and really it's just a block to prevent any clamp being applied directly to the fingerboard. Though we're going to sand it some more, we don't want to damage the top of the fingerboard. I also have some unique clamps. These are fingerboard clamps. They work very nicely to apply pressure. These kind of slip over, and you can see that it has a rounded section that'll match up with the back side of the neck, and we'll just tighten these up. You need about 4 in this section of the neck, and then we have a longer C-clamp that'll go in here. And you'll notice I also made a little block of wood to again prevent the clamp from coming in direct contact and marring the end of that. We'll put a little piece on here. And then again, remember, we're also trying to get this tang glued to the fingerboard. So we'll put another clamp on that section there. Now, when you go to glue this, you don't want to get any glue on here, and if you do, that all needs to be removed. So at this point, pretty much ready to go. So I've got everything in place. I'm going to take a little bit of acetone, wipe the back side of the neck, and all this is doing is removing any of the natural oils that are in the rosewood itself. And this will only take a minute for it to dry, but you can see, and that took a lot of the sawdust off from just a quick sanding that I did prior to this, just to get the machine marks out. I want to make sure I got a nice flat surface to work with. So at this point, we'll just wave this for just a second, and we're ready to glue. Okay, at this point you can see I've put glue on the back side of the fingerboard, leaving a strip up the middle which coincides with that truss rod. And at this point, or at that last second, we'll go ahead and pull the blue strip of tape that was preventing glue from getting on the truss rod. And at this point, we'll go ahead and marry these two surfaces. Just a little bit of back pressure. Rub the two surfaces together. It helps the glue tack a little bit. And again, remember, we're trying to move that fingerboard all the way to the blue tape. I am going to point something out here. You want to make sure you don't put on so much extra glue that you end up with glue that gets in the glue slots or the fret slots. So if that happens, we want to make sure that we get that out. Right now we're in pretty good shape. If you're going to wipe away, I've got a little drip here. I'm going to wipe away from the top of the fingerboard. Go ahead and pop this caul on and get all of these clamps on. 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is where it's sometimes nice to have a second set of hands, although you can do it yourself. Just take your time, hike up that clamp, the back side. Other thing that I like about these particular clamps is that they help to really self-center the neck, and it keeps the fingerboard from doing what's called creeping, which is to move either front to back or side to side. Okay, so I'm nice and centered. Nice and centered down here. Make sure I still have my line. In good shape there. So now we'll just go back and fill in with these clamps, and we'll be good to go.